Hello, I'm Gus Downing, publisher and editor of the D&D Daily, and this is the LP News Network. We're here today with Jim Shepard, National Account Manager Retail with Protection One. Protection One is the premier full-service provider of security for the retail industry. They've built solid relationships with their retail clients by delivering an exceptionally high level of customer service. They recognize that crimes against retailers take many different forms, from the traditional $40 billion problem posed by shoplifting, internal theft, paperwork, and vendor errors, to burglaries, robberies, fraudulent slip and falls, and returns and gift card fraud, to name a few. Taking into account the growing problem of identity theft, data breaches, and compromised networks, never have retailers faced a more daunting security landscape. And Protection One has the breadth and depth of experience, along with the latest technology, that can serve retailers' needs that range from burglary protection and fire monitoring to access control, state-of-the-art event-triggered video solutions, and most recently, network security. Their goal is to help you maximize your ROI for your loss prevention programs by leveraging your current legacy equipment while quickly incorporating new integrated solutions. If you operate a single retail location or have a national chain of retail stores, Protection One will provide outstanding security differentiated by careful attention to detail, from installation through ongoing services like data monitoring and accurate billing. They offer a security program for enterprise retailers that is national administered, oftentimes with a single point of contact for day-to-day operations. Their focus on employee training enables them to consistently deliver a great customer experience. They were recently recognized at the Security Industry Sammy Awards ceremony as the winner of the 2016 Integrated Installation of the Year category. Protection One is growing because they take care of their retail customers. And as you know, in this industry, the word gets around fast. And with that, we'd like to thank Jim for being here today.
Thanks, Gus, for having me.
Jim, what are you seeing as it relates to some of the trends in the front lines out there in the stores and with what you're delivering?
Well, I don't know if it's necessarily a trend, but you can blame it on Amazon, if you will, or the consumer finding it a lot easier to not get off the couch and head to the brick and mortar store and buy something. But there's a significant increase in internet sales. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think it was predicted to be over 400 billion sometime within the next couple of years. With that, and people are finding more ways to do convenience buy, which is through PayPal or smartphones, things of that nature. There's a huge increase in cybersecurity. So typically what that affects for our retailers is an LP program normally is boots on the street. Mm-hmm. Now they're doing a lot of back office LP programs because they're in fear of breaches and data hacks and things of that nature. Where that comes into play for us is as technology advances, we're connecting more and more devices to that same network. Mm. And this is typically an MPLS network, which retailers pay a large sum of money to keep it for a certain amount of uptime to make sure that transacted sale goes from the store to corporate side. But they're a little reluctant to tie these secure devices, or any device for that matter, to this network in fear of possible firewall breach or exposure to the web. But if you think about it, every device now is starting to become smarter. It'll connect via Wi-Fi, via Bluetooth. That's whether it's security cameras, computers, laptops, smartphones, your little sport watch that reminds you didn't run for the day. Media, displays for marketing, all these things want a piece of that MPLS network to run across that same pipe to have an enterprise type of management. So what we're offering is a way to split off from that transacted data and offer retailers an alternative for networks for these other devices, so we don't expose them to credit card hacks and people's personal data for shopping and so on and so forth. With that, we offer redundancy. We'll manage the networks. We can basically operate what we call a branch out of the box. And what that means is we'll put in the routers, the switches, the networks with some sort of redundancy, because you don't want the network to be down at any given time. But that offers services such as VoIP, which is the latest and greatest for the technology shift, because they're getting ready to sunset analog phone lines. That offers them a larger pipe to run video over, because we all know video still is not compressed to where we would want it. Mm-hmm. So it puts a high demand on those networks. It allows you to finally move the old alarm systems over to a network type environment as opposed to running on those same old analog phone lines, which are still costly. There is cost benefit and savings to retailers when they do this, sometimes anywhere from 30 to 50% in reduction on communications and their network spend. So P1 has their own NOC. Right now we monitor and manage thousands of networks for banking and retail right now. What that means, we monitor them 365, 7 days a week. We monitor them for uptime. We'll dispatch techs when networks are down. We keep the routers in place. We can actually troubleshoot from remote without always sending a tech in the truck to go to figure out what needs to be fixed or broke. But we do it 365 out of New Jersey. And that's it.
You know, with the explosion of the IP-enabled devices and the Internet of Things, is this contributing to the problem?
I think so. I don't think these manufacturers ever thought about their exposure to the web when they plug into someone's network. It seems so convenient to plug in a camera or a remote door lock or something of that nature so you can manage them remotely. But it's probably an afterthought that I'm now trying to tie a device to a retailer's network that carries transacted data across that. And what does that mean? If someone's able to hack in and via the camera or via Wi-Fi for that matter. And what a lot of people don't realize is that this new technology of phones that everybody has now has Bluetooth in it.
Right.
So when you walk into a store, whether you log on to, let's say, the Home Depot's Wi-Fi or a Barnes & Noble Wi-Fi, the Wi-Fi still sees you. So what we're allowed to do now is, if you log into their apps, we can offer marketing data now. So it tells you when you have frequent customers, you know, you're someone that comes and you be able to know what their buy signals are. But from an LP perspective, it also knows that I walked in your store and I might be a loyalty thief. So you can identify me when I walk on site and give me a little bit of extra TLC so I don't find any reason to steal something off your shelf.
Now, is that through the beacons in the stores that are going out there?
It can be both. I mean, you can pick it up through a beacon. You can pick it up through the router itself, which has Wi-Fi built in. If you put out appliances and you triangulate them, you can actually get marketing data where people go when they go in the store, how often they intersect certain areas of a location. Marketing data, for instance, for buy signals.
That's exciting. I mean, you guys are in front of it.
We are now.
Obviously. Well, thank you for being here today. I appreciate it, Jim.
Appreciate your time, sir.
Well, that's it for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. We'd like to thank you for watching. And until next time, let's keep them all safe out there.